And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. What are we working on today? A liquids room. Alright. Shouldn't be too difficult. Sounds pretty good to me. Let me just run around, gather up all of the, what were those things called? I don't even remember anymore. The carpenters that I need from all around the base down here. Shouldn't be too difficult, so I'll be back in a few minutes once I've gathered them all up. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to configure these machines. This one with a honey can. And this one with a creosote can. And if I look back under here... Oh wow, I have a connection point right back there. That's actually wicked convenient. I didn't think this would be that convenient. I'm going to have some issues getting power over here. Let me just see what this room looks like down, what I'm above. I'm down there. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to do this a little differently, because right here, I'm going to need to run power. So let's do it like this. Let's go over, over, up, okay? And my power line, I'm actually going to run like this. Actually, if I run it... Nah, let's run it like right there. That should be just fine for us. I don't know if I have enough redstone energy conduit to actually do it, but eh. Let's run that over. And yes, I need to run through this entire base and clean up most of this. So let's put this down. Though this base really is coming together quite nicely. There we go. Theoretically, I could just run it straight back. I'm not certain if I actually have a line there. I think the primary line for the base goes out the bottom. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's hooked up. And now, let's just get back up top for a second. I'll have to cover that entire panel up. And let us connect our ME cable up. Well, I could actually... Yeah, let me do it this way. Let me... do that and that, alright. I'll do this, and this will mean that I'll actually have the space. So we have a honey, and we have creosote. We are currently loading those. That's a good sign. And it also means that we're actually going to have the space to connect crafting terminals, liquid access, and crafting monitors right above these machines. Because I don't want to have an issue with, oh, wait a second, well, we don't have enough space for these. So, right. I need to move a couple more tanks upstairs, actually, and do a little bit more liquid processing. Seed oil needs to come up here. That's another big one. I need to put a seed oil tank up here, and that'll probably end up going right over here somewhere. Just, you know, continuing the grand trend of moving all the liquids up, along with, I think I need to move, yeah, I need to move my squeezers up here as well. Okay, so let me come back in a couple minutes once I've done that. And we are back, Minecraft. Alright, folks, so it's actually been a day or two since I last recorded, but that's alright. So what are we doing right now? Well, I got all of our tanks moved up here, and I mean all of them. Yeah. Including our liquid XP tank, which with 191 buckets in it. Awesome. I like it. So now what are we going to do? Well, that's a good question. I want to make a system, and this system's going to be kind of cool, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open this thing up, and I'm going to look up the recipe for an auto-enchanting table from Open Blocks. Well, that's not too bad at all. So we'll just put that in there, and we get ourselves an auto-enchanting table. Nice. And we'll just plop it right there. Okay. Now, I believe I can go all the way up to 30 with it. I don't know. I need to know if I actually need these bookshelves. But that's okay. Now, we can set our side facing. We're going to set that down there. We're going to set this to extract from the top. And we're going to set it... don't I want that? Let's turn that off. And we're going to set this to output from this side over here. I'm hoping this actually works. Okay. So now, let me just break some of these blocks here. And I think... I want to run this. Let's run it in from here. Yeah, that looks halfway decent. Okay. And for the sake of doing things pretty in the future, I will end up putting this up into the ceiling. Okay, I lost some bricks there, but that's okay. So we're going to come down to here. And now I want to get myself a precision export bus. And a... Do I have a fluid emitter in here? No. Let me get a fluid level emitter, which is a level emitter, which is one of these. So I need to put that in and get a processor. Basic. Begin, please. And I know I'm burning through ME components right now, but that's okay. So let's pull that out. Thank you. And then, let's save that for a minute. And let's come over here and let's get our... what am I doing here? What am I doing? Well, that will need... And then I need a bit of lapis to turn this into a fluid emitter. And then I'm going to color a cable or two. No. No, that's right, because I need some wool to turn these into colored cable. So let me get some wool. Seven of these should be fine. Get the rest of my cables back out. And then let me get some more lapis, because that's the dye I believe I have the most of, unless I have orange. Oh, I have a bunch of orange dye. Okay, there we go. So let me show you what we're going to be doing here. And then I need some other stuff, but I'll craft that off camera, because that's all ME components you guys have seen several times. So we're going to put our export bus. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get it out of my system. That would help, wouldn't it? Let's get our precision export. Okay. And let's put that on top like that. Okay. Are you still able to go to 30? You're still able to go to 30. Now, what we're going to tell this thing is that we need a book. Any book will do. And we'll come over here and tell this thing, single and craft books. Let me hide any eye now. Auto extract from the... There we go, and the books are being pushed in. Awesome. Now, let's go down here and change some more stuff up. So I'm going to put my, let's see, fluid export bus. We'll go right there. Thank you. Patch that part of the floor. And then we'll go with our cable, with our orange covered cable. Really? Are you not wanting to... Are you not wanting to do things? Why are you not wanting to do things? Cable from ME. Oh, I'm limited my colors. Okay. Green, yellow, red, brown, white, black, blue. Blue uses lapis. Okay. I don't think I actually had to cover them, which is unfortunate. Let me take a look at that. Nope, they are not covered. Okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's do that. Blue cable. Thank you very much. And then we'll put our import bus. You know what? We'll do this. We'll control this a different way. Processor, please. I need another one of you. Yes, yes, I know. You don't know how to craft books yet, which we'll do right now. Kathunk. Ooh, I can do this a different way. Now we'll just do it this way. Encode, please. Shunk. I'm amazed I don't have any leather yet already. No, I'm really not at all. At all. And then let's get our processor out. We'll upgrade this thing. Thank you very much. And we'll throw you over here. Okay. And then we'll put a blue cable to connect you like that. So this is now a blue part of the subnet. Okay. But we want, and I'll show you guys how this is working in a little bit. Let me put an ME cable on here. And that's standard subnet right there. Awesome. Okay. So let's do that. Let's, you don't want to cooperate today. That's fine. I wish there was, you could just do that in your crafting grid because that would be really useful. And yes, I'm increasing the number of buckets I have. I'm up to not quite an insane amount, but all I can say is because Soren. Yes, that's a good explanation for everything, isn't it? All right, so let's come back over here. We'll turn our jetpack back on. Of course, this makes it really hard to find the one block space we need to fit into. Let's drop down here, come over here, and boom. So now we should be getting a fair... Get over, will ya? There we go. So we are filling up with liquid in there. Awesome. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fluid level emitter. Okay. I'm going to get out of jetpack mode. And I'm going to connect it like that. And what I'm going to tell this thing is, like that, emit when above or equal to limit. And I want to keep 10 buckets in my system at all time. Okay. And now I'm going to cross-connect. I don't want the blue cable. I actually want standard cable on that. Interesting. It's picking up the... But it's working. Okay, so we're above limit. Which means that this active with signal will pull out of here. Awesome. Why aren't you enchanting? Do I need to put that there? There we go. Haste 2. Now, this thing isn't pulling out. Why is this thing not pulling out? Well, it's not pulling out because we don't have any place for it to go to. Put that there for right now. And that is a bit of an issue, isn't it? We have no place for that to be sent to. Well, we can fix that right now. So let's come in here. Isn't here a good spot? Because it'll cross-connect quite a bit over there. We'll go over here. So let me make a drive and some storage cells, and I'll be right back. And we're back, guys. And I altered my system just a little bit, all right? So what I did was I actually turned this into its own entire network because subnets weren't exactly working for me. And I'm going to probably bring this all out one, actually, just so I have some space to maneuver in there, which I don't have right now. So what's happening? Let me show you. All right, let's hide NEI. And let's get this working. So extracting should now happen from the front. Okay, let's turn that off, turn that on. Books go in from there. So if I place my book in, I should see that I get, what was that, 28 books in here. Right? So I have 13 now. Now I have how many? Huh. Active with signal, craft place. You're working fine. You're still derped up. Let's turn that always active. Huh. Alright, well, let's turn this on first. So let's go in here and set that on. Interesting. You're still drinking from the bottom. But why aren't you extracting? Huh. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try interface 1. Let's get ourselves an ME interface, and let's see if that fixes the problem. Okay, should have tested this before I came back on camera, but derp. Okay, so let's get our precision export bus connected again. We'll tell it that it wants to export. Let's do this. We'll tell it that it wants to export books. Okay, now you're running. Active with signal. Oh, are you derped out? Let's see. You might be derped out, and that may be the problem. Okay, so let's do that. Went above limit. We're at 15. Now let's set this to 10 buckets worth. I think the fluid emitters are derping out on me. Or the enchanting table's derping out on me. Alright, let's get down there. I think the enchanting table's derping out on me. Hold on. Let's try and make this a little easier. That was a bit of frame lag here. Let's get an interface. Okay. Do I still have books in this network? No. Oh. Well, that may be my problem. Durr. Okay. Precision export bus. Thud. Okay. Now, let's put our ME fluid emitter back in. We'll configure you to 10 buckets again. Emit when above. You are now emitting. You active with signal. I want you to export books. We have 14 books in there right now. So let's come in here and let's drop our books in here. Let's see if that starts working. Yes, okay, that is now working. Okay, so now we're going to put our import bus back on the top of this thing. And we'll drop our cell in here. Hey, look at that. We're working. We are working fine. Now, hopefully, what will happen is when we run out of fluid in that, this thing should turn off. Now let's get our enchanted. We have another enchanted book in there, I know. Fire protection. Woo, fire protection. So let's drop the fire protection book. Goes in there. And they're stacking, which is nice. Okay, so when this thing fills up with types, which it will, don't worry about that. That'll fill up with types all right. Okay, and that just turned off. Awesome. And we don't have enough fluid anymore because we are out of liquid XP juice. Are we? Yes, we are. All right, perfect. That's actually exactly what I wanted to see. Now, we got a couple more things we can do here, and that's quite okay. Let's see if I do that. Okay. So let me see how much time we have left in the episode, and I'll be right back. And the answer is not enough time to start working on what I wanted to work on. So we're going to have to wrap up here. But this has been Mr. Kasarian. Stay tuned, guys. In the next episode, we're going to be working on a way to produce more fluids. Yes, more fluids. Possibly using the massive surplus of wheat that I have laying around. Now, I just want to do one more quick thing before we terminate this episode, which is I need a way to make some steel. And I was browsing through the list, and I saw that Calclavia Core re-added their steel recipes. See? Now, if we encode this, right, and I go to next, and I drop that in here, and then I take, and I get myself some of that, oh god, what's it called? What is this stuff called? Steel dust. And I craft up one, okay? And then I say, actually, let me get a second one of these. Nice and quick, thank you, Minecraft. And I tell this, which one of these is my electric furnace? Okay. And I just drop that in there. Oh, good, and it does process into railcraft steel. Thank you, Calclavia. Thank you very much, buddy. Good guy Calclavia sets things up correctly so it actually uses railcraft steel instead of his own. So we put that there. And now, if I come back over here and I drop this in here, and this is a kind of a cheap trick because you don't have to use the machine. It costs more coal to do it, like 3 times as much coal. 3 more coal than you would otherwise. But I think we have plenty of enough coal. Jeez. So we can say steel. Make me another 64 of those, please. Ta-da! Nice! We can now make steel on demand. I like it. Okay, so this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. Next episode, we're going to get ourselves some more of this XP juice and possibly some other stuff. So, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, ladies and gentlemen, happy mining!